Right, hi everybody, welcome back to LUNDY'S WILDCAMP stroke bushcraft. And as you can see, I'm back out in my semi-permanent camp with me stretcher bed. I just thought after last week I'll come out and have a nice relaxing night. Come out, get set up, chop a little bit of firewood and that. And sorry, I've just noticed a big hole in my top because the fire's quite close to my top. Like, I might have to pull it back a bit to be honest. But yeah, got sidetracked there. Yeah, so yeah, I'm just out. I'm solo at the moment. I'm not sure if Rooney's going to turn up with one of his laddies or two of his laddies, but I'll just play it as it goes. I've brought some hot dogs out tonight, try something different, and yeah, a couple of Jack Daniels, chop some wood up, sit and relax. It's a beautiful day. It was about 19 degrees when I was driving up. I think it dropped out to about 18 degrees outside the woods. Obviously with the shade it's a little bit cooler, but what a glorious day. We're all due some showers in about an hour and a half, 2 hours, and then tomorrow load of rain again. But if it happens, it happens. Right, I'm just out hunting for firewood. I'm just going to show you the scenario I go through. I go a little bit away from my actual camp area because I don't want to cut down all the trees that are dead standing or cut up all the trees that are falling over. I want that area to look as natural as possible without loads of big cut trees down and everything, right? Because it gives your game away a bit. So I've come a little bit away, about 400 metres, 300 metres away. As you can see, there's some... Oh, I can hear a voice. I thought I heard a voice there. Anyway, as you can see, there's some already fallen trees, nice and dead. All right. Obviously, they look a little bit wet, but they're not. That's actually bone dry. That's lovely, and you can see where it's probably already snapped. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, there it's all rotten down the bottom. So all I'm doing is moving that. Now, what I've got to look at is where it's hung up on the tree up the top there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get to the other side of this tree here, get the other side of here, and then all I'm going to do is I'll set yours up and I'm just going to drag it from the bottom until it falls. And because it's a big length, what I'll do is I'll probably cut this into about 3, possibly 4 bits, so it's easier to get through all the dense trees. Because as you can see, I'm nowhere near my camp. It's as dense as out here, and as you can see, there's another one just here, and there's another one leaning up against it. So there's an abundance of firewood around if you look. Absolutely tons in there. Some big dodgy trees up there, like leaning up on this area. So I'm going to be quick and get out here, but there's absolutely tons of wood up there as well. So that's how I look for my firewood, and that's what I do. Get yourself away from your camp area. Don't make it look obvious with loads of little white stumps. So I've done that in the past myself. I've made that mistake and I'm not making it anymore because it gives your game away. Right, let's get this tree down then. As you can see, I'm getting quite close to the camera now, but it's nearly down. There we go. That's that down nice and safe. And as you can see, my saw is all folded away. It's in my pocket, so it's not causing any damage to me, and I'm not going to cut myself. Now I'm going to go ahead and cut all this tree down, get it piled up on my shoulder, and jump into camp. Let's go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it into about 3 foot lengths. I'm just going to raise it up a bit. It's easier for me and I'm not breaking my back by leaning over. Obviously it's got a few branches on, but not too many, but I'll leave them on and I'll snap them off when I get back to camp and use them for the initial start of the fire. Lovely and dry this. Oh, it's perfect firewood. Absolutely bone dry in the centre. I'm just going to drag it down. Makes it easier for me instead of having to walk everywhere. I'll snap them branches off because they're in my way. And it's just the same again. Obviously watching I don't cut into my leg like. See, I've got my leg in the way. That's it. And the last bit to cut. Obviously this is where top of the tree is, so all the branches are a little bit thicker, so I might have to cut, get this 2 bits first and then get the other 2. Yeah, but that's a lovely bit of firewood, that. Happy days. And there's plenty more like it. Right. Let's get this wood back to camp and get it processed. There you go, lovely firewood. Happy days. Right, well, I've done a little bit of a time lapse there, and as you can see by the time lapse, these bits of wood that I'm cutting are quite knotty like, so I'm having a little bit of a problem getting them split. Now what I'm doing is I'm looking for a natural split in the wood and trying to chop it from there. Alright, but as you can see, my tapes come off my handle as well, so I'm not having a good day when it comes to processing wood. That's went straight down where the groove is. Alright, but then I've got these little bits here. Obviously I'm kneeling down, so if it goes anywhere, the axe is going to go forward and it's not going to come down and go into me. Alright, when you cut them little like that, it's easy to do. Obviously do it like that, make sure you just tap it first to get it on. Move your hand out of the way so you don't chop your hand. There, end of the lesson, because I'm not a teacher, I'm an entertainer. Let's get rid of them little bits. There you see, it's quite knotty this wood, but just need to process a little bit more, cut some bits up. I think I'll just cut the thicker bits into chunks and just burn them like that. By the time the fire's going, they should be sweet. Yeah, something there. Right, and anyway, I'm going to get myself some fluids. I'm going to get the rest of this wood cut, and then I'm going to have a snack, and I'll catch you later. Alright, I'm not going to bore you with loads of wood cutting, because nah. See you in a bit. I'll get this fixed. Right, well, it's about 10 to 6 at night now, and I'm positive I've just been hearing some rumbles of thunder. It's very mild tonight. Like, I'm still in my t-shirt. I've just been sitting relaxing, actually just listening to the woodland, setting up my camp and things, getting everything ready for when it starts getting dark, which is going to be in a couple of hours time. So what I've done is I've got mine in Rooney's tripod, and I've just got me speaker up. I've just been listening to some nice chilled music. I'm just going to switch that off for now so I don't waste any power. But yeah, I've just got that there, so that'll give us a nice bit of ambient light later on tonight. And then pause you a second. Yeah, so as I was saying, sorry, I just had to pause you there a second because I thought I could hear someone. But obviously my ears are just playing up on us. But yeah, here's me me setup for tonight. Obviously that's me light I use for the night time as well, for videoing, just in case anybody's interested. I've swapped my bed rungs. It feels like that's like going down over a bit, so I've put my head end up here, and I've got my chair. I've got my first Jack Daniels ready, like I'm going to have a drink soon. Now Rooney always says I do a lot of wood, so anyway, I've split loads there at the back, some nice bits of wood there, but I've got them underneath my top because I think we're going to get showers.
and I've just been collecting some little bits. These here are absolutely bone, well, they're nearly bone dry, but I've just been scraping these off around the bottoms of the trees and all that. I've got some nice little twigs underneath there, and then some bits of wood. Obviously they've got a bit of moss on, but I've actually still got these bits here. I've got a big dead tree that I pulled over down the bottom there. That stood up against the tree. I'll just put that out of the way because I don't think I'm going to need it, to be honest. And yeah, that's it really. So fire lay as well, all set, ready to go. I was going to go and look for some rocks. I've got an idea where there is some, so I might do that before I sit down and have a drink. But yeah, cozy, nice and cozy there. And like I said, what a difference in the weather. I've got one t-shirt on and I've been sitting around for ages. Like I say, it's 5 to 6, so I think I might get my DD carpet out and just go and collect a few little rocks to put in the fire, because I feel like the fire's spreading a bit and I want to make it littler and then fill it back in, but have the rocks at the side so it stops it burning the sides away. So anyway, right, well there you go, there's a little selection of rocks that I've found. So I'm just going to place these around the fire. And I'm going to go and see if I can find some more. It's just to help prevent the fire spreading. And then what I might do on another day is actually build a wall here with a fire, with the rocks, and then build it around there and fill that bit back in, because it's getting quite close to my top now, like. So yeah, and what I'll do is I'll go to one of the ditches and dig up loads of soil, and I'll just backfill half of the fire pit. That'd probably be the better option, to be honest. Actually, I think I might put these around the back end, because that's where we seem to get most of the stuff going. And what I'll do is it'll reflect the heat back to me in any way. So yeah, that'll be much better. And like I say, if I see that line there, if I put some rocks there and then fill that all in, and then that'll reduce the fire size. And also what it does is it stops you burning absolutely tons of wood, because you've got a big fire pit. You think, right, I need to get more wood on the fire, because the fire's not that big, but it really is. Right, well, I just went to a fallen tree that's just literally just through that little gap there, and found some little rocks underneath it, like. So I found that big one here and a couple of the chunkier ones. So that's my fire pit sorted. So now what I'm going to do is I'll bring these along. I'm going to take my spade, because there's some lovely soil underneath there, and I'm going to take my magic carpet and put loads of soil on it, and I'm going to fill all that gap up there, and that'll just reduce the size of the fire pit. I might even reduce it a bit more, to be quite honest, but we'll see. We'll see how that plays out tonight, and then we can always make it littler again. But having the rocks there is going to be even better, like. It just stops the edges getting bigger and bigger. Right, so here we are, upturned trees, okay. If you're looking for rocks for a fireplace and there's upturned trees in your area, go to them. There's always some boulders and rocks underneath upturned trees. Me and Rooney find them there. That's where we mostly get our rocks for our fireplaces. Okay, so now I'm going to get some of that mud from underneath. I'll just put you there a second. Now I'm going to get muddy here, like, because it's the ground's a bit soft, wet and dirty. So, but it's got some nice soil underneath it, and it'll fill, as you can see there, look. And I might even find some more rocks when I'm digging it up. Resources, they're everywhere. Alright, you've just got to look. Obviously this is a bit damp, some of it. I'm trying to get the solider stuff. It's a bit drier, but it doesn't really matter because it's going to dry out in anyway at the night with a fire. It's just to fill up that little hole, isn't it? So there you go. This is what I love about my magic carpet from DD. It gets used for everything. It gets used for putting a sidewall up on a shelter. It gets used for covering up wood on a rainy night. It gets used for fetching and carrying stuff like soil, bricks, rocks, bits of wood even. You know, it's not just for putting on the ground to stop your feet from getting wet when you're standing on the ground when you get out your hammock. I've had this for years since I started doing wild camping before YouTube. It's got holes in it, yeah, but it still does its job, and it's paid for itself 100-fold. So I would highly recommend you get one, just put one in your kit just for to use for things like this. You know what I mean? It's great. I love it. And all you do is split all the corners, roll them all into each other, make like a little sack, twist it without your glove coming off, and there you go, an instant carrier for your mud, rocks or whatever. Anyway, see you back at camp. It's a thundering. We got a storm coming. We got a storm coming, man. Right, it's just a case of pouring this into there. Oh, brilliant. One load's going to definitely do it, like. And then obviously, what I'm going to do is just get my shovel. Pat it all in. Oh, brilliant. Fire's not huge now. That's it. Woohoo! Nice, safer fire. Should have done this ages ago. It's been safe enough, like, because the ground's alright. We've checked it all, but I just wanted the fire pit to be smaller. So yeah, now it's just a case of get a bit of stick, clean off this as best we can. And then what we'll do is we'll take it, we'll brush it up against some moss. And moss is a great cleaner. If you've got really black mucky pans, get your pans and rub it on the moss or any like wet grass, things like that. Right, like I said earlier, clean your stuff, right, dirty pans and things like that. If you've got moss around, get it, use it. Alright, moss can actually be used if it's not like full of loads of like lumpy parts and hard bits of stick. And nice soft moss, it's actually really good for wiping your backside and that as well, using it to get washed with and things. But yeah, as you can see, it's dirty. Alright, one bit of moss just gets all your tools cleaned, you know what I mean, gets all the crap off, so you're not putting it into your sheath and then, you know, obviously there's going to be little bits left on, but it's going to be 100% better. Now that's just using one bit, so obviously you get yourself a couple of bits. It's like anything, isn't it? Like if you're using a baby wipe or something, you want to use a couple until it gets clean. Clean the handle as well. There we go, it's nice and shiny again. Clean tools. Look after your tools, and your tools will look after you, ladies and gentlemen. That's it. And just quick rub, get all the little bits of moss off, and there you go. One nice clean shovel. Alright, and I'll not put that away just yet. I've still got a couple of little bits I need to scrape out. Just stops the wood in there. Obviously you've got little grooves at the back. I just get a little twig and scrape that all the time, and what happens is it just stops anything going in there and getting the wood, starting to rot the wood. And it also looks after your blade as well and your shovel. Alright,
And anyway, and then I just need to clean my gloves. So I've got another bit here just for that. See, even cleans your gloves. Let's get all the muck off, that's all. And then I'm going to have a drink, and then I'm going to get the fire started because it's 7:15 now. And then I can dry these out a bit. They're actually quite good, these gloves. I bought them off the internet, £7. And I must say that they're very comfortable. The only thing I don't like about them is this bit here, this cutout, it's a bit too much, so I'm just going to stitch it. And that's it really. So anyway, oh hey, I feel like a teacher of the day. Anyway, cheers everyone. I've just slabbered all do me chin. I tell you what, like, I can't believe how warm it is. It's bloody lovely. It's going to be an enjoyable night. Well, it's 7 o'clock at night. I think it's time to get the fire on. I don't think there's going to be anybody out walking the dogs around now, because it's going to start getting dark in the next half an hour to an hour. So let's just get the fire going. I need to start getting back into bushcraft fires, like, but you know what it is, I just can't be arsed. So it's just easy. I've got absolutely shitloads of these at home. Sorry for swearing, everybody. I'm going to hide 2 on because I have got loads. What mud all over? I'm dirty. I can't do this. It's too dirty. This mud is a pain in the arse. But anyway, yeah. Let's get 2 bits of sticks. Just make a little bit of a platform there. Now we'll get some of this stuff I've collected off from around the bottoms of the trees. It's got a little bit of dampness in it, like, but it'll do the job. Oh, I've just felt a little bit of a drizzle of rain on my head there. It did say that it was going to rain, like, aye, if Rooney was shy we'd be getting smoked out again. But yeah, there we go, look. Snap, crackle and pop.
Hello, can you see me? Can you see me out? I'm in here somewhere. Hello?
It's a Smoky Joe. And anyway, I'm just going to let that take shape. I've got some of these nice bits of wood that I've sliced and diced. Oh, look at that garden now, man. Them bits are just catching lovely. Get some more of this mossy flavoured ones on the top. Mossy flavoured. Yeah, come up with some shit. There you go. Nice, quick, easy fire. Dear goddamn rain. God damn it, rain. Yes, the rain has kicked in. I have, this is the 3rd shower now since I turned the camera off. I've had to put on my buffalo and then my green top. I put my green top on top of my buffalo just to protect it from the fire, like. But it's getting a little bit chilly now. I've let the fire die down because I've just been tarting me muck Rooney. But I'm just going to build the fire up again, get a little bit of heat going. Now I'm going to think about getting some food on the go. So, but I am just sitting chillaxing. I'm getting loads of little beasties crawling all over me stuff. But yeah, still good to be out though. A little bit of rain doesn't hurt you, does it? And there there's them little creepy crawlies. But I think the showers are on and off all night now, like, and hopefully it's not too bad tomorrow. But anyway, I'll bring us back when I get myself cleaned up and start cooking some food. Get some hot dogs. I need to cut some onion up, man. Prep some onion. So I'll just do that off camera anyway. Well, I think I might anyway. Anyway, waffle waffle. See you later. Singing lullabies to help
Right, well, I've decided it's time to get some food on. So what I've done is I've went and chopped up an onion. I was going to fry it, but I thought, nah, I can't be arsed with that. I'm just going to hide it in some water and let it boil. So I've got that in a pan down here, just hanging on my pot hanger. So, and then what I've went and bought is I've went and bought these from Asda. So there's just some 6 smoky hot dogs. All right, so yeah, I'll cook 3 of them. Actually, I'll cook 4 of them, and I'll see how I feel after that, and then I can always cook the last 2 later on, or I possibly might have them for breakfast tomorrow. But yeah, that's what my tea's going to be tonight. And then to put them in, instead of having traditional hot dog buns, I've gone for these, which are cheesy rolls. I can't say what their word is. Ciabatta, is that right? Ciabatta rolls, cheesy ciabatta rolls. So I've got 4 of these with us as well. So that'll be happy days, like. Yee-hee. And then I've got, I should have done this sitting down, shouldn't I? Because all my stuff's next to us. And I couldn't think of anything to buy. I didn't want to bring ketchup because that's just boring. So I went and bought some burger sauce because I've heard people saying that it's quite nice. I know it's not burgers, but it's the next best thing, isn't it? So yeah. Right, well, my onions are getting there now, like. I've just had a quick check of them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a couple of these sausages. I'm going to put 4 of them on. Oh, that's some heat there, like. Ooh, that's hot. I think I'll put my gloves on when I change these over. Having them rocks around the edge of the fire, it's retaining a lot of heat. And having the fire smaller is much better as well. So I've got 2 sausages there. So I'm going to put them in a little bag out of the way. And if I don't eat these tonight, then I'll have them for breakfast in the morning. It just means I'll have to make another fire. Or I can do it on my gas stove, because I've got a gas stove and a little frying pan. But in any rate, right, let's get them cooked. I'll not bring you back until I've made them and I'm serving up, okay?
Gonna show you what I made up, breaking every chain that you put on me.
Oh, didn't want that to happen. Oh, never mind. Just draining off the onions, getting smoked out at the same time. Tell you what, that fire is absolutely rad as. The heat, I think I might have to take a layer of clothing off. I think I might have to take my buffalo off. Yeah, let's get all the water out of the onions. Try not to lose any of the onions, like. I think I should have got 2 onions. Right, well, I know it's nothing special, it's just a hot dog. But yeah, I've never had these when I've been out camping before. And I'm just wondering where I've put me onions. I'm going to put them on top of me plate. Put a lashing of onions on. I think I should have done 2 onions, to be honest. Oh, them onions are red hot. So that's going to burn my mouth. My pretty little mouth. Then I've got some burger sauce. It's actually really nice, this. I'll not put too much on in case I overkill. Yeah, it's not the type of bun that you really have with hot dogs. But yeah, there you go.
That's going to be finger licking good, that. I'm looking forward to eating that. But, let's have a go. Right, well this is the second take just in case the camera knocked it up. Yeah, so here we go. Hot dogs in a bun with some burger sauce on and some onions. All over my face. Them hot dogs are bloody lovely, absolutely lovely, and the onions is just right. I'm glad I actually went with these bread buns instead of traditional hot dog buns. It's something different, and it's got a little bit of cheese in it as well, so yeah, lovely. And anyway, I'm going to get stuck into these. I'm going to have another drink, listen to some music and chill out for an hour or two, and then I'll come back to you. And I've got a little message that I want to pass on from a fellow YouTuber, so stay tuned because it's important. Alright, see you in a bit. Right, well I've got myself a little dessert. It's about 11:15, 10 to 11 now, and I've had plenty of time for me tea to digest. So I'm just getting these Kipling little cakes out, little chocolate cakes, and to go on top of them I've got some bloody custard. Happy days. Right, I can't see it at the minute, so I'm just going to put my torch on so you'll just bear with us. Oh, hey. So what I bought was, I've just brought one of them instant, like, cartons of custard that you can get from the shops. So I'm just going to put a full one of them on, like, because I love custard, I do. I've never had a dessert for ages, especially in the woods. I didn't even burn the bottom either. Oh, perfectamundo. I thought I was going to have a bit of burntness on the floor, on the ground, on there, like, but look at, nice that. Make sure it's not too hot when I put it down on the floor. And I've went and scraped loads of little bits of bloody ground off the bottom of my pan into me food. So I just scoop that up, and that bit, get rid of it. There's no point in eating it if you don't want to. So Roger Kipling's little chocolate cake things. Some custard. I've got another pack of 3 there, but I'm going to keep them for another thing. Keep them for a rainy day. Well, that's all my food ate, and I really enjoyed that cake and custard. I've never had that for ages. I've never had a dessert in the woods for ages, but I like me cake and custard, and anyway, lovely. So anyway, this is definitely my final bit of footage for tonight, and this is a bit of a sad note, really. I was speaking to a lad called Mick. He's got a channel called 12 Sagittarius. Now, I've met up with Mick a couple of times, had conversations. We contact each other all the time through private messages. Quite a few of that come up here actually talk to each other on private messages and anyway. But anyway, Mick came up Friday, and him and his pal Darren, they decided to go somewhere else rather than go to his main camp. So on his way back from having his night out, he decided to go and pop into his camp and just have a quick look. And someone had been there, like, and they made a right bloody mess apparently. They burnt all his wood. He takes a lot of wood in himself rather than chopping trees down and that. And they smashed all his fireplace up and dug another ditch for some reason. Burnt half his bed and his shelter. Just random bits of stupidity, really. And they left loads of rubbish as well and other bits and pieces. Done lots of damage to live trees. And
just don't understand people like that myself. But this place now is getting a bit too popular. When I first started coming up here, there was only a handful of people who used to come here, and I think, you know, obviously we come camping up here, we put videos out, and I think we've made a rut for our own back, really. We've made the place quite popular, like, because when I first started coming here, you were lucky if you seen one person in 3 days up here. Now, sometimes you kind of get in some of the parking bays that you want to park in to walk into a certain area. It's just getting really busy now, but the thing is, there's a lot of people coming in here and abusing it. Chop down live trees, leaving rubbish all over the place, not digging a hole when they're having a shite, leaving the toilet roll all over the place as well. It's absolutely horrible, like, and I'm sick of people picking people's rubbish up all the time. And you know, I've come across a couple of people's camps and it's been absolutely atrocious, a right bloody mess, and I've actually cleaned it up. But yeah, Mick just wanted to mention about his camp getting abused and that, and it's actually starting to get to a case where people like myself, Mick, and I'm not sure about Damien, like, but I think Damien will probably be on the same ballpark as us. It's getting too populated now and it's starting to put off coming up here. It's a beautiful place to come. It's a special forest. It's got a lot of weird shit going on, but I enjoy it. I love it. And the further in you get, the less people you see, and you know, and you're not gonna get found. But you know, it's just one of them things. I love it up here. I'd come here every single week, to be quite honest. But it's getting off-putting now because there's too many people coming in and they're dumping the rubbish everywhere as well. And the forestry are kicking off about it, and I don't blame them, to be honest. You know, obviously there'll be people watching this and listen to me saying this, and they'll be thinking, well, you shouldn't be going there camping, you shouldn't be digging holes and putting fires in things. I totally respect this woods and this forest, and I do everything as safe as possible. I dig down. As many times I've came out camping and I've dug a hole to make a fire and it hasn't been safe, and I've just sat there throughout the night and not had a fire at all, especially in the winter times as well. Me and Rooney have done that a few times, so I always try to make everything safe. But to anybody that's watching this, I don't think any of my subscribers would do what I've just mentioned, but if anybody's watching this and you come up and you just feel obliged to leave your shit everywhere, just please just don't come up anymore. You're just spoiling it for everybody else. No wonder wild camping is frowned upon now in England. Dartmoor has become a dodgy place to go wild camping now. Scotland, me and Rooney went up to Scotland, and I tell you what, I've never seen so much crap lying around in my life. It was off-putting. It made me not want to go back to where we had been. And it's part of the West Highland Way route as well. But anyway, that's enough of me going on about this. Please, if you do come up here, please respect it. Take your rubbish away, dig a hole, bury your shit, take your toilet paper away or burn it. And just respect the place, please. Thank you. That's all I'm going to say. Good night. I'll see you in the morning. Cheers. Put me on a right down like that now. And I've just missed my mouth. God damn. Right, fuck it. That's enough of me recording. I've had enough. Right, well, good morning everybody. It's about 9:30. I woke up about 4 o'clock, and then I've just been sort of like dozing since. And then I thought, right, I'm going to get up about 8 o'clock. And I thought, I'm just going to get packed away, get all the essential kit. I was going to have a nice fire, save some nice wood for this morning, but my sixth sense says not to have a normal fire, because it might attract people. Obviously
It's a Sunday morning, and you get dog walkers and that coming out from places and that, and I just don't want everybody smelling smoke and coming and investigating first thing in the morning. Setting the fire up at night time when it's dark is great, because you know 9 times out of 10 people aren't walking around the woods. So I just thought I'd get the frying pan out and see how I can demolish these sausages I've got left. And yeah, they're sticking to the pan quite well. Got that burny sensation. But yeah, I'm just going to polish off these hot dogs this morning. I've got myself a nice cup of tea made. I'm just letting that cool down a bit. And I've got a couple of buns here to prep. There's my spork. Watch, I hope I didn't drop these. So what I've done, oh, what did I just say? Watch, I didn't drop it. Oh well, it's covered in shit that. I'll put it there and see if I can clean it. Fucking knew that was going to happen. Sorry for swearing there. Oh, Jesus Christ, Jimmy. I cut them in half so they'd be easier to go in the bun. Do you know how it is? I think I'm just going to eat the one bun with the 3 bits in. Do you know when you hear a snap of a twig and you think, is someone approaching? I've been hearing a lot of them this morning. That's another reason why I haven't put a fire on. So yeah, just going to hide a little bit of this sauce in the middle. Not too much. I think I overdone it last night. But yeah, breakfast, the other bun and the bit of sausage. And the wild animals can have that. Yeah, alright, them hot dogs. They're not like them crappy things you get in a tin where they're processed. They seem like proper sausages. And them buns are really nice as well. I'm not really a cheese fan, but I just thought I'll try them and see what they're like. And they're alright. But anyway, I'm going to get this set, get me a cup of tea, I'll get squared away, and I'll bring you back later. Alright? Sorry there's not much action this morning, but I'm not sticking around long. Right, well, as you can see, that's me all packed and ready to go. I've had a fantastic night. Nice, chilled, relaxed. Sometimes it is good to have a solo, but I do like being out with my mate Rooney as well, because what a laugh. But yeah, sometimes it's good just to get out and recharge and chill out in front of the fire, relax. Hot dogs were really nice, but they regurgitate quite a lot on us, so I think I'll give them a miss next time and head back to being non-steaks and things. And then obviously if Rooney's out, we'll be having a curry next, I think, next time. But anyway, as you can see, I had quite a bit of wood left over from last night, so I was going to have a fire this morning. So all I've done is, I've got some logs, I've leaned them down, I've got some little cross poles going across, and I've just used the turf and everything, put on the top just as a makeshift wood shelter. See how it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. If it does, it does. But there's still wood process there, and it'll dry out in front of the next fire. And there you go. All the rest of the camp, all nice and tidy. Rubbish on my backpack, ready to go. Nothing left. Just the odd bits of wood and a couple of grills. So, like I said yesterday, if you come across people's camps, try and respect it, everybody. You know, if you come across any of my camps, feel free to use it. Just, if there's wood there, please source your own wood, and try not to cut up any of our little beds and things, you know. And if you do find it and you do use it, just give us a message and just say, Jimmy, I found your camp. I used that, I hope it's okay. And I'll say, aye, sweet as a nut. Just take away your rubbish, leave it as you find it, alright, and that's happy days. But Thanks everybody. I'm not waffling on too long. See you on the next one. Probably be up in the hills. See you later.